Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, we have our little drone up and running. We have found a somewhat secure area, and now we need to get our base up and running. First, we have to get started, so let's go. Hey everybody. So yes, we have been doing a little bit of stuff off camera. As you can see, we finished the mobile processor. I will run you through this in a second. What we're going to be doing though is we're going to be setting up at least a small base right here for now. I did do a little bit of mining. I don't think I picked up any iron though. We're going to park this thing right here. Let's check our inventory really quick. So the little mobile base, we are using the MedStation mods. We actually have a portable base, a portable spawn point, I should say. We have Bob in here, and this is our O2 generator. Couple of batteries which are going to hopefully be charging throughout the day. We've got Bob on the back here. We got a couple of turrets, but we don't have any ammo for it yet. And then as you can see, we put a couple of solar panels on. And then what we did with the solar panels is we kind of just mounted them on rotors just so that we could have them there, and if we need to reposition them throughout the day that we can. And that's a transport carrier. Or transport carrier. Wow, we got a bunch of transport carriers. But we also have the defense station over there, and I'm thinking we might go mess with that. Oh, let's see here. Because what I'm thinking is I may use that for the base. Now, I don't know if that thing is booby-trapped. I'm going to assume that it is, and it's probably got a bunch of turrets on it because I can see a missile launcher right there. Now the problem that we run into is I don't really have a way of taking out weapons. Well, I mean, I have the rifle, but as you can see, there is not a whole lot of cover over there. And I'm thinking going after that is probably not the best idea, at least not straightforward. What I'm thinking we may do, and it's one of the reasons why I'm planning to do at least a small base build over here. I'm thinking build into the side of the mountain a little bit, just have a permanent facility here that we'll be able to use until we can take over that base. And then once we take over that base, we'll use that. Alright. But that does mean we need to make some ammo. Now, the fun part is I don't think we actually have the things that we need. We've got a little bit of magnesium. Let's see here. Now to make ammo for this, we're going to need nickel, iron, and magnesium. Now the question is, I don't know which weapons we have available. Oh, we got all sorts of weapons. Alright, so shield LCD, huh? Okay. Oh yeah, I could put a shield on this thing. What do we need for that? We need gravity components, which I believe require platinum, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've had to make those things. No, they don't. Just gold, silver, and cobalt. Now, cobalt I may not have. We got a bunch of uranium, which we need to pull out and throw into the reactors. Do I have cobalt? No, I don't have cobalt. Have I found cobalt? Nope. Alright, so cobalt's the one thing that we don't have, so we're not going to be able to make a shield generator until we find some cobalt. Well, crap. Right. Let's grab some steel plates. Now I do have this set up so everything, including the cockpit, is wired in. Let's go ahead and grab, I don't know, like 200 of those. And I don't remember how much we can cram into the refinery, but we're going to go ahead and throw everything we can in there. And the reason why I have everything wired up is so I can just basically do this, and then the reactors will pull, actually, should pull, yeah, they're there. They're pulling the, pulling out the uranium. Okay. I will stop getting distracted eventually. I know. Alright. Let's see here. We want you to be about that high. Because we're going to make basically a little approach area here. You are probably about as close as we're getting. Now, do I want you to be the center? I think you might be the center. Ish. Maybe. Alright. Now, the idea is that we're going to basically have this thing set up so that our rover can get in and out without having to do a whole lot of work. Because we don't want to have a situation where we have a base that we can't actually use. Right, so you're going to be... You are 3 large blocks wide, I believe. You're close. 1, 2, yeah, like three large. So what we'll do is we'll make this 5 wide. Yeah, that should work. Atmospheric frigate. And the other reason that we are going to go a little bit subterranean, I know I do a lot of underground builds, which is one of the reasons why this is not going to be a huge build. But I do want to have ourselves out in the way because we do have a lot of mods in that add NPCs. And we've got, as you can see, just a ridiculous number of them flying overhead. So I do want to have a little bit of protection at least. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rest of this in. Now the nice thing is that I do have Bob with us, so he will be able to do the bulk of our building for us. All we need to do is put things in place and make sure Bob has the materials he needs in order to get things done. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cut because we're going to take this, hollow it out. Actually, you know what I might do? Let's see here. Do we have... Oh, we do have. That's convenient. Okay. What do we need for those? Xenu cores, octo cores. I don't remember what I need for the octo core. Let me see if what we have, if we can make it. If I can make octo cores. Nope, need cobalt. Okay. So if we're going to do that, no matter what I do, I need an octo core. Okay. So let's go ahead and make... We're just going to attach a drill. I need to take these out really quick. And for the folks who have previously asked, how do I do this? This is basically what I do. Alright. And turn off our parking brake. We are going to spin ourselves right around, baby, right around. All right. And we need to put this is a weapon and tool. We're going to put this on hotbar 1. And before I forget to do this, let's turn Bob off there for a second. Alright, so what I'm basically going to do is hollow out a little area in here for us to put a base in. And for this, we're going to be doing a lot of jumping back and forth, trying to get all of this in. Have to wait for all that to die down. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to make you sit here and watch that portion of it. I'm going to go ahead and get as much of this done, and then when we come back, we should be a little bit further along. All right, so yeah, we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Okay, so let me show you what we've got going on here. Actually, I want... Oh, hello. A little bit of system lag. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. I think I may have popped those by accident. Now, the idea is not for me to be able to park that vehicle in here. This really is just a spot for me to use as a small base. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up with an area back here. Basically, we're going to have a large cargo container to store all of our wonderful loot in. And then we'll have a conveyor system that will come up here and pass out through the front wall. We're actually going to go ahead and block some of this off here. This is going to be our front area, I think. Let's go ahead and drop some of this stuff off. And what I'm thinking here is something like this. And then we have that come back, and basically just building a very rudimentary bunker style design. Doesn't have to be anything overly complex, or like I said, it's really just about getting someplace that we can post up and have somewhat secure. Eventually this will get broken down and we'll, you know, build something a little bit better. And so we're just going to bring all of this back. I think I have enough materials, excuse me, to put in, excuse me, I'm losing my voice here. I think I have enough materials to put in a couple of batteries. And if so, what we'll do is we'll drop a couple of batteries, because we're going to end up with, this is going to be cargo out and around, so we can put a couple of batteries over here, and then we'll run a bit of a tower up. I may just actually put solar like right here. Just take this and have it built up for a solar tower. In fact, I know we have enough panels to make at least 2 more solar panels. Oh, I should say solar cells. Let's see here. D6, and if I remember correctly, it's 64, I think. I don't remember. Let's check. Yeah, 64. So we have enough to make at least 1 solar panel. What I can do is actually break those 2 down, and we'll build. Will give us 2 over here on the base. But I don't want to do that quite yet. Now the idea is that once we have the cargo system and everything, and then have the battery set up, we will have a connector on here that this little beast will be able to connect to. But I don't want to tie us up too much with that for right now. Now I do want to do large cargo. I need to grab an interior plate. I don't have any. But like I said, basically this will sit here. I'm thinking maybe battery on either side, or even a battery stack on either side. And then this will just become our very basic area of operation. So falling apart today. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some stuff out of here. Now I don't want this to become basically a constant build series. I do want to have some things going on because we do have, I think I mentioned last time, the Exploration Enhanced mod. So once we get into space, we're actually going to be able to start trading with the other factions. So just to show you right now, we've got a bunch of different factions in here, and they'll tell you what they do. You know, basically these are quick expansion, many small outposts, but as far as I've seen, everything from the EEM is actually space-based. I haven't seen anything on the planet, so I may be wrong about that. So if I am, let me know. We actually, in order to be able to align with any of these, you have to set your own faction. So we're going to go... I'm just going to do a... and you know me. For those who don't know, start it from Arc. Alright, so now some of the factions, as you can see here, will allow you to offer to accept the peace treaty. What that means is that they go from hostile to neutral for you. So depending on what you want to do and who you want to align with. Now you can, even though you align with somebody, if you go peaceful with them, you can still piss them off by attacking their faction. And if you start attacking their faction, you will go hostile. And basically, this doesn't do any good for you at that point. We're going to say... and we want... so we're going to accept peace with them. And accept that. Now, I'm not planning on accepting peace with everybody. But I do want to be on good terms with a few people. And in this way, if we happen to run into any of their ships while we're on the planet, or any of the stations on the planet, then we'll not be kill on sight. Right. Now, we want you to be like that. Whoops. That's the sound of my head hitting the side of the cliff. Okay. Oh. Now, we are figuring that this is going to be a conveyor here. That way this thing can just back up into here and I'm thinking we'll put the door here. And that gives us a little parking bay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of this stuff set up. So you are going to be... I may need to have that drop down. Which actually would make a bit more sense if we did. If we do this. That brings it out a little bit further because we can put a connector in here now. There you go. And in theory, I should be, if I lower the suspension on this, it should bring us into alignment a little bit better. Worst case scenario, what I can do is actually build a piston system in. I really don't want to do that because, well, they tend to explode, so. You know, you always have to keep those types of things in mind when you're building this stuff. And then you are going to be... We're basically just going to run... You know what? I was going to run it down this way, but that's going to take extra parts. It would give me more space. Actually, I'm going to need to. Because... I am going to need... I guess I could do it this way. Because I do want to put in a medical area. And that's going to basically take up this portion here. Put battery up there, and we'll just run the battery array. I'm thinking like so. Let's go ahead and... Not that I really need to worry too much about this portion of it, but... Because we're on a planet, I'm not worried about making this base airtight. Alright. And we are going to go ahead and get some of this framed in. Come on. And can I get to it? There we go. Just because it's not in space and I don't need to worry about making it airtight doesn't mean I don't want to have a nice base here. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to set up near the iron, is so that we'll have enough materials to do this. Thankfully, one of the iron deposits has uranium with it, so we'll be able to get a lot of power out of here too. So, always a good thing. So, and for you, we're going to go ahead and have you cap off that way. Can I don't know if I can get in there or not. Yes, I can. Okay. Like I said, I like having a little bit of the earthwork in here, having some stone come through, but at the same time, I'm really paranoid at times when it comes to my bases, so yeah. Alright, so go ahead and turn that off. And I'm thinking we'll run that. So med station will go there. Okay, so we want... Yeah, we want you there. And then we can run basically everything else where we need to. Now do I want to put one of these in? I mean, it's kind of nice to have them. So we are using the conveyor air vent as well, so I guess I could put that in there. And we want... those. Now, we need 120 power cells for each one of those. I don't know how many power cells I have. Let's take a look really quick. 320. Okay, so we have enough for both of them. Awesome. First things first, though. We need to get some of our materials up and running. Alright. So, I think this is probably going to be about it for today. Like I said, this is going to start out as a bit of a building series, but it's not going to stay that way very long. Once we have the base up and running, and I'm basically just going to go ahead and mine, start mining the iron out. We'll set up a small mine area so that we can get down in there, because we have lots of material right here in the immediate area, thankfully. I mean, there's some iron that's fairly close to the surface, if I remember correctly. But we'll bring the little vehicle over here, we'll get some things going, and when we come back next time, we should have the base mostly set up and we can start getting out and exploring a little bit. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to get out of here. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to throw them down in the section below. Let me know what you think about the using this as a temporary base. Like I said, I'm planning on having it. I don't know how long we'll keep it. So if people want to see me actually just use the rover as a full-time base, we can do that. So I am going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a fabulous rest of your week. And as always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Okay, let's go mine some iron.